Hello, and Jumbo, everyone, wherever you could be in the world, and a very warm welcome to our sunrise safari. And we have this beautiful herd of elephants coming towards us, also maybe to say good morning. My name is David. On camera this morning, I'm joined by Big James, the one and only. A rather cold morning today, 17 degrees Celsius here in the Mara. We'll have three other locations this morning in South Africa. We'll also be joined by Eric, Leon, and Rolf on our drive. And my guess is this is the matriarch leading this herd of elephants here. I want you to pick the whiteness of the tusks as they come through the grass. What a beautiful start for me. My plans are to look for this big game like elephants, buffaloes, if you're like a rhino. But my main point or my main agenda today is to go catch up with my Topi boys. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are staying in one of the iconic camps of the Masai Mara called the Governor's Camp, which is a great camp. Its location is magic because we are barely 300 meters away from the camp. And you can see how close these elephants are. Sherry P, Jumbo to you, Jumbo back, and you're saying this is a good morning for you. We are always very grateful to hear your comments. Not sure what could have happened to that particular young boy there who lost a tail. If you look at him carefully, I'm guessing the boy doesn't have a tail. Could be something to do, a genetical issue. I see a small little red wood there, James, if you punch in there. I'm not sure it's a wound, but definitely it could have been something recent. Such stuff happens, or it could have been bitten by something or some sort of infection. But apart from that wound and missing the tail, he seems to be doing pretty well.
Hello, big boy. Yeah, oh, look at you. He is gorgeous. This is a medium-sized jackalberry tree. Definitely a tree that elephants do love to feed on. Jason, you might find the herds with very small babies and maybe not lots of numbers. Might stay away from areas where there are maybe a dense population of predators. But elephants are fearless creatures, and they, like a big bull and his friend, or a big herd of elephants. They're not going to worry too much if there's lots of lions. They'll end up chasing them. But it's where there's youngsters and where there's not a lot of numbers in the herd. So very easy for lions to sneak up on these elephants. But it's not a rare case, but it doesn't happen very, very often when you have lions going after elephants. It's quite a difficult task. Whether it's little babies make it a little bit easier because they a bit more easy to try and take down. Oh, look at this! This is beautiful. A big stretch.
Just look how majestically he is coming to join the rest of the pride. So he'll go and cross a small little drainage line there and see if he's coming straight to this one particular female or not. Let's just watch and find out. So go down there. Do you want to have a drink or you want to come straight to this female? Now, a bit of grimacing there going on. And anytime these girls will urinate, the males are able to pick some hormones from the urine and tell if they're getting into estrus or they're getting into season. See the beauty of the plains of the Mara, single trees here and there. That's a balanite tree from a distance. Then coming back to a one lioness. We're going back to the other pair. We had the other pair there. So we had before a male and a female, a male and a female. That male just passed, did not bother with that female there. But these two, maybe there could be some love in the air. I do not know. But they have stuck together for quite some time. And I'm thinking the male with the female there is Otipo. Now, the other female to the right has woken up, and I think she wants to go to the drainage line as it's getting warm. So two females walking towards the drainage line, and this last male. Malaika, you're saying a big five to James for following these lions. James' camera work is always magnificent. So he just sprayed there for a couple of seconds and then of course moved. But I'm thinking if this girl is in his trust, they might be starting to bed pretty soon. Because the other four boys gone, him has remained behind. He's following the other female very quickly, not sure why he's behaving like that. He has left the other female behind. Disappeared in the drainage line, up from the drainage line, and there he is chasing her. I'm not sure for what reason he's doing that. She has slowed down. See how light the female is compared to the male. Maybe he is torn between the two females, the one he is following and the one he left behind. Or maybe he also needs to confirm who actually is in estrus or getting there.
Oh my goodness. Trying to figure out what on earth was going on, but it seems to be upset elephant in the background there. And we're in the Molwanini. As you can see, the white sand, and over there's a giraffe. Looks like a male giraffe. You can see just a little bit of grey on the top of his ossicones, one of the immediate dead giveaways. And he's feeding on whatever nice green leaves he can find there, I'm sure. They must struggle sometimes at this time of the year to find. I suppose if they away from the river lines, then it can be a bit of a struggle. Is this is that boy with the twisted ankle? So yes, they do. Males get darker as they go. The older they get. So no, it's quite nice to see dark males. You can also get some dark females, but There's usually the females actually go a little bit lighter in color the older they get. So he's hearing those elephants and going, oh, I'm gonna stay out of the way of those elephants, but they don't seem too close. I'm gonna come walking up this way. I don't know how this man has done it for all this time, walking with his leg in that condition. I can't imagine the pain that he's in, but he seems to be surviving.
For cheetah in one drive, lying in the depths of your imagination. Crowded house, crowded cheetah reserve. We have the Three Amigos, and they are on a big kudu bull kill. What more could we ask for? Yes! Look at that. It's making that kudu look like a grass mound now. They've obviously fed a lot on it. And where else do you get to see cheetah taking down big kudu bulls? It is incredible. These guys are really making a name for themselves as the kudu murderers. Fabulous. Good job, boys. And they've had themselves a kudu dinner. Maybe it was last night. Maybe it was late on yesterday evening. They've obviously had a bit of time on this particular kudu because those bellies are really hanging, drooping. Katie, absolutely. Nice to see the Three Amigos with full bellies. Now, like I say, very close to the fence line, and we have seen before that these guys, they chase the kudu and into the fence line, and then when there's a sprawl afterwards, if it knocks itself, that's the real chance for them to get onto it. So I think this might be a tactic that they're actually employing on purpose. We've seen this with different predators in different areas using man-made structures, either chasing them into the fence. Whether it is on purpose or it's by chance, it works. Because I think an upright bull kudu like this, very difficult for them to take down. Maybe an ankle tap or a trip, but my feeling is right next to the fence line like this, I think they've chased it into it. It's knocked itself, and then they've gone in for the kill.
And I'm loving this elephant and being on foot, not too far from him. Not doing anything risky or dangerous. I'm not far from the car, and the wind is blowing from the elephant towards us. It's a light to moderate breeze, and I'm using this stump of a dead tree just as a bit of as a cover, yeah, more than anything. So when I walked towards him, I kept the tree in line. Special, isn't it? Dylan, it is a good way to do it. It's a great way to view elephants. As long as you're cautious. Don't be a cowboy about it.
we've been very lucky to spot a male from a distance. And as I was saying earlier, the females will always drop their wings, of course, play hard. So he has been able to identify that individual. And remember, I told you earlier the differences between males and females. You can see the black and white on that one there, the male, and possibly that female is in season. She's definitely thinking about him. And once you're able to bring that male a little closer, you will see the neck is red and the legs, as I was saying before. But when in season, males also come in season apparently, not only the females, they have a very deep pink. Come on, stop. Please. All right. Well, maybe another one might be very quickly giving in. Sandy, this is very exciting. I haven't seen a courtship dance for quite some time. And Sunday, keep watching. And James here is killing me with his camera work. We have beautiful light. So I was saying earlier, if you look on his neck and the legs, they got a deep pink. And males will always come in season. We have always thought it's only the females, lions and cheetahs and cows or elephants that come in season. But come to ostriches, also the males come in season as the females do. Now, he got 5 girls with himself, which is very typical. It's very normal. I think I had a question earlier whether ostriches will be on their own, solitary. And I said, in general, there could be anything from 3, 5, 6. One big flock was about 35. As he comes close to us on the camera, look on the neck, the legs, and see the deep pink, like bloodshot. Blenast Mabo, you're asking whether they do come into season. Yes, they do. And I'm trying to wonder of the 5 girls who she will go for, but very quickly, chances are the dominant hen will be the one he will go for. That has died a little bit, but you can definitely tell. The girls can tell he is in season, and not once or twice, he may mate with all of them apparently. Alrighty. Come on, one of you have to stop for him. And then once mating is done, you'll get an individual female having a clutch of say 2 to sometimes 6, 8 eggs, sometimes up to 13. Then if he mates with all of them, they may have a communal nest. Emia, you just say you're loving the coloring of this male. He is just gorgeous. And mostly because it's the breeding, season. It happens, we all know birds, the males tend to look very colorful during breeding.
Oh, we've got a beautiful looking drongo, and drongos usually around big animals. There's actually technically there's 2 of them around here. Beautiful birds, the fork-tailed drongo. You can see its fork in its tail, and they usually hang around big animals like this guy, who they swoop in there. You can see as he's crossing over the road, he's obviously pushed some insects onto the road, or he's disturbed some insects, and the drongo has swooped in to snatch up said insects. No, this looks like one of the boys that we spent time with this morning. I think he was the one that was reaching up to pull branches off the jackalberry. His belly is probably full. Well, actually, no, his belly's probably not full of jackalberry anymore. Because in theory, what they eat now comes out 3 hours later. So he probably would have had himself a couple of poops since then. You know, the metabolism, the digestive system of an elephant works very quickly. Junior, it's a good question. It depends. It depends what the food source is like there. You know, if there's lots of really nice food for them, then they'll stick around in an area for sometimes days. But if they have an agenda, like maybe there's a couple of water holes they want to hit, then they will, you know, they'll move around quite a bit. Typically speaking, females will move a lot quicker and around more than male elephants will. Male elephants, you know, happy to feed on one bush for, you know, an hour or so. Like, for example, this morning when this guy was feeding on that jackalberry, I think a female may have grabbed maybe 1 or 2 branches and then moved off, where he grabbed as many branches as he could off that tree, or the ones that he could reach at least.
But with the rainbow and the landscape of the Mara, that's why we call this place magical. The times in the Mara, you just sit and watch, listen, and you take yourself or you take home a lot of good stuff. When you see tens and tens of buffaloes together, Priest, you're saying this is just a feast for your eyes. It cannot be said better than that. And just look, Priest, what James continues showing you, like tens and tens of Cape buffaloes. Paloma, many buffaloes we can tell sex. Of course, you know, by looking at their horns, Paloma, many males in general got very heavy and big horns that we call boss, B-O-S-S. Not sure they're bosses, but they're thick at the base. And way back, Paloma, people used to hunt buffaloes. How we ended up, you know, naming the big five. Buffaloes have been one of the big five. They used to be hunted for their horns, and more often than not, people used to bring, or the hunters used to bring down the males because of their huge base of horns. Well, not anymore. But again, just like many bovines, or just like the cows, you can tell the females will have the under between, you know, the mammary glands between their back legs, and the males will definitely not have, will have the scrotum. When you look at their genitalia, it's very easy to tell males from females.
Come on, girl, we've earned a hunt here. We've earned it. We've been sitting with you for a good part of the day. Let's do it. We're ready. Are you? Definitely scanning. Definitely making inroads for moving. I think it's about to occur. So Inga, yes, they're more adapted to daylight. So it has a much bigger effect on them if you shine the spotlight on them, and they get, you know, it's not like with the nighttime predators. Of course, we try not to shine directly in their eyes at all. We try to bounce the light on them. But the likes of leopard, lion, even spotted hyena, it doesn't have much of an effect on them. It might affect sort of, from the area where you shining the spotlight from. They can't see behind that area, so it does have an effect, but it doesn't affect them as as highly or as badly as it will the likes of cheetah, who are more adapted to daylight hours. They don't see as well at all compared to the likes of those low light condition predators. And so we generally leave them alone altogether once it becomes dark. But we're going to stick with this girl as long as we can now that she's on the move. She's moving in a direction that she could come across some animals, but she would have to move quite far. Anyway, it's still just lovely being able to stay with her. And of course, there she does that.
I thought I am not going back to the camp without seeing at least a lioness or a lion, albeit also being flat. And these are the members you saw this morning of the Marsh Pride. Six girls, we got 3 here. The 2 that are flat, and 1 that is enjoying the sunset, as much as not a beautiful sunset, with such a beautiful yawn. And I can tell you, she's looking towards the western horizon. You want to roll? Do you want to wake up? Do you want to yawn again? You had a kill last night, so you're well fed. It's getting a bit dark here where we are, and I'm sure you know we are always 1 hour ahead of South Africa. This is the Marsh Pride. 6 girls, I got 3 now, 3 would be elsewhere. They had a key last night. Henry, you're asking when the cats yawn if they're just about to get active. In general, yes. Just like, human beings, sometimes you yawn when they're just about to do something. Lions, we have found out when they yawn, either they will move or they'll just turn around or just look. But in general, they'll always rise and move. Now, that one is telling me, David, you are wrong. I yawned, but I'm going back to bed. You can see the underbelly of lions is always much brighter than the backside.
But we hope that you will be joining us as we go on drive tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning sunrise safari once more, hoping that we're going to have the exact same energy as what we had today and more. Hopefully some more, maybe a little bit more whiskers, some more pachyderms, maybe a crocodile or 2, who knows. I suppose it's probably going to be a nice warm day tomorrow as well, as there usually are. Clear skies at the moment, we can see the stars and moon's about to rise. So until then, hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening, and we shall see you tomorrow.